What up, Juggalos? This is Shay for the Dark Lord, and you're listening to Hatchet Chat with MC Lars and MC Snax. Whoop, whoop.
Yo, it's Hatchet Chat
with Lars and Snax.
Your Juggalo homies talking hatchet tracks.
There's hatchet beats
and hatchet raps. The whole catalog's packed
full of classic gems, and we talk about them all on Hatchet Chat.
Whoop, whoop.
Episode 49. You usually see us remote, but we're on tour doing concerts on the 999 tour. We're here to talk about Bizzar. I'm MC Lars.
I'm MC Snax, y'all. What's up? We got a special episode, a live one, like Lars said. We have been traversing the nation on the 999 tour, currently recording this in a hotel in Cleveland. So we thought, yeah, maybe we bang out a live episode for you homies.
And the images are going to go in the middle, like, this is Bizzar, Bizzar. Boop! See? We're diving deep into Bizzar. Came out, like we said, October 31st, 2000. The whole beef with Sharon Osbourne and stuff, we already talked about that. Let's talk about the day of Leyenda.
Hell yeah.
So how'd they market this record?
Well, first of all, we talked about in the first episode, the packaging of Bizzar. Bizzar was some of the most elaborate packaging to this day of anything in the Psychopathic Records discography. And yeah, it's, there's a few significant incidents with these albums that we did not get into in Bizzar. And one of those is Day of Leyenda or Leyenda. It basically means all or nothing, and you kind of still hear Violent J and Jumpsteady and Shaggy use that term. And basically what it was a plan to kind of overwhelm the old MTV show Total Request Live with requests for the Let's Go All the Way video. So they could basically use the Juggalo influence to get that flavor on MTV. And how did that work out, Lars, man?
Worked great. They were MTV stars. No. They didn't let them go on TV because it was not approved in their set of videos they were considering. So that's just an interesting thing. Like, you try to get ahead of the music industry. Sometimes, they're against you. But it becomes a good story. And, like, each of these records sold pretty well. Like, it's worth noting that this went to number 22 in the charts.
Yeah, man. And ICP, they were no strangers to the charts, even with their, kind of smaller yet dedicated fan base. And I think that's kind of why, going back to Day of Leyenda, they knew they had such power. Like, this is really when, after Malenko and the whole Juggalo world, that force kind of was taking shape a lot more. And the intro kind of connects to that.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? Because we mentioned on the last Bizzar episode that the intros on these albums are some of the coolest ones ever. And this intro is super dope because it kind of keeps going with the apocalyptic themes on Bizzar question marks by saying how it's like another news reporter talking about how there's a bunch of these clowns coming from the sewers and they're just, running all in the same direction to this mysterious destination, laughing maniacally. And basically it samples actually the Urban Legend soundtrack. Of course, Bizzar question marks samples Escape from New York. So two huge, blockbuster movie samples just full blown in the intro. And yeah, that kind of really hits home the whole Juggalo world taking form and this force to be reckoned with in our society.
When it comes to this record, there's a lot of features. Twisted, Isham, and Bizzar features Twisted and Isham, right? Mm-hmm. That's a good song.
Yeah, man, it is. Love it. Super fun. Just kind of a loosely themed track with like a super kind of funky, kind of upbeat instrumental. What do you think of this track, man?
Is that the one that's like, we be right here, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of catchy and fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like call and response in this track. It's one that I think would be really cool live just because of the call and response stuff.
And it starts out like with Michael Jackson style.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, shoopadappa.
Yeah, dude.
So Questions is a song which talks about themes of absurdity and bizarre violence, existential queries. And it actually is kind of like, it's more of a reflective song. What do you think of it?
I think it's cool, man. And you're right. Definitely introspective. Asks a lot of the more profound questions about life, like why every time I chew on thumbtacks do I get blood on my snacks?
Is that what he says?
That is one of the questions.
It's really slow.
Yeah, it's a bit slower, yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
Mr. Happy.
Oh, dude.
That's one of their most popular songs on this song. So
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy Man, just Violent J playing another character. And it's funny because this Dead Bug on that Dead Bug Says little documentary that came out, which is super fresh if you Juggalos haven't heard it, that Dead Bug asked Violent J about all his aliases, and he's talking about how a lot of them come from songs. This one being one of them, Mr. Happy, because Violent J, of course, is so good at playing these different characters, serial killers, very, very sick, messed up people, and this is one of those. He's just talking about how, murdering people makes him very happy. Totally over the top, very morbid subject matter, but of course done in the ICP fashion that makes it almost comedic, man, and slapstick. What do you think of this one?
Why is he riding a bike without a bicycle seat?
Well, I'm not sure. Why do you think?
I think they're going to be radio stars.
Word up.
This song mocks the popular genres of glam rap, pop punk, and boy bands. And it's kind of like, this is one of the funnier ones because it changes genres a lot. And Legs Diamond's doing like a British accent of like, it's like, reminds me of narrating like a wildebeest in its national habitat. And it shows how they're frustrated with, like, they want to create that hit. So what do you think of that song?
I think it's dope, man. And I was actually looking forward to hearing you talk about it because, like, you first heard this, you got this right away after it came out, right?
Yeah.
Can you maybe, you chop it up about the different styles on this song that they cover and, is that reflective of what was popping when this first came out?
Well, let's see. What is it? Should we pull up the lyrics?
Yeah, sure.
They do, like, Crunk, right? Is the first one?
Yeah.
And then they do, let's see. They do Crunk, that's kind of like Master P. Then they do like emo, like Jimmy Eat World.
Mm-hmm.
They even had the line, I can put my buddy Holly glasses on, which is Weezer things. But then they reference an R&B songs,
right?
Like R. Kelly. So then they're all not very good examples of the genres. But it's like they're saying, oh, we don't have to do that. It's almost like Down with the Clown, where he's talking about, like, what if I were to sell out doing this and that? This is like the example of selling out 3 years later.
Right.
And it's kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of like a good example of their ability to be satirical.
Yeah, I agree, man. Dope track. Love it.
But, it's also like, well, if one of these hit songs hit, they wouldn't be mad.
Right.
I would say My Axe, the next song, is one of the most popular songs on the album.
100% agree. Love this tune. We always talk about how, if you were to search up ICP on Napster or one of those like peer-to-peer downloading services, what are some of those songs that a lot of people still remember from that era, even non-Juggalos? And yeah, I think you're right. This is definitely one of those, Violent J rapping about how his axe is his best friend and all the reasons why, man. Love this tune. How about you?
It's like I'm still stabbing, right?
Right.
Stab it. It's like a similar thing. It's like it's in their logo, it's in the brand. It's just part of their flavor.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at this Spotify plays, Cherry Pie, Need a Freak, 3 million plays. My Axe, 69 million plays. That's a lot.
Was this one of the ones that maybe got some TikTok love? Do you think?
Maybe.
That's a big jump in plays.
It's the fourth most popular song of theirs. So that's interesting. But it's one of those iconic songs, and when I think about it, I wonder if there'll be in any other songs I love on the record. Let's go with If. The song If.
Oh, dude, If is so cool. And we were talking about how both Bizaars, they kind of have these unique, kind of like very specific song concepts that are so specific, in fact, that they like affect the song structure and like the phrasing of the verses. And this is a great example of that. Basically, it's Violent J and Shaggy imagining if they were different things, from celebrities to inanimate objects. It's, such a good representation of ICP's humor. Got a ton of like sound effects and impressions. Just super, super funny. Yeah, man, this is one of the most entertaining tracks on Bizaar, man. What are your thoughts on this one?
It's got a lot of like in jokes about hip hop. If I was
Right.
the DOC, I'd be like, man, this is BS because he got his voice hurt, and so Snoop became Dre's protege, right? Like that's a reference to that going wrong. The other line is, if I was a fresh ass DJ, I'd be like, he scratches. If I was Jam Master Jay, I'd be like, and it's like bad scratching. But Jam Master Jay was still alive at this point, so it's not a joke about him getting shot in the studio. It's just showing that it's like the '80s take on rap. You know what I'm saying? And I must say, the subjunctive use of the chorus, it should be if I were, but I'll never be. But that's okay. We're not going to put them to test of that. They shout Vanilla Ice.
Yes, and that one is still relevant, man. If I was Vanilla Ice, I'd be like, F y'all, I'm still paid.
Had they worked with him yet?
I think this was around when they were, like, you know, Vanilla Ice put out Bipolar and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were, like, becoming homies around this time. And that line is as true as ever, because Vanilla Ice is mad paid to this day, man. And a down-ass juggler.
This is like a really creative song.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that with this song, they go all the way. Let's Go All the Way was a single with a really expensive video, but it was this cover of a song that, I don't know. Talk about this original Sly Fox song.
Yes, cover Sly Fox tune, Let's Go All the Way from 1985. I really like this cover, and I like the original too. For me personally, it was always strange that this was the one that got picked for, you know, an incredibly high budget music video. We were talking about the music video on Bizaar question marks, one of the, you know, coolest ICP music videos ever, in my opinion, and I do love it. But it's just like, it's kind of strange, right? That this is the one. Is it not?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, like, Marilyn Manson, their first hit was Sweet Dreams by Rhythmix. Orgy did this Blue Monday cover by New Order. So it was this thing of, like, new metal, rap metal bands covering hits. So maybe someone at the label was like, this could be it. But, like, it's not a particularly catchy song. You think if they picked a different song, it actually could have been a hit. I mean, but also, I don't know. Maybe they have an affinity for this song.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though.
It is interesting. And, like, it's just, like, lyrically, it's cool, you know, and it really, I mean, it's profound in how it hits on a lot of the Juggalo ethos, you know what I mean? Unity, and basically talking about how you know, the Juggalo world can offer, you know, an escape and an outlet and a world of camaraderie for people. And, you know, I think in this, and I can't even remember if the original has these themes, but Let's Go All the Way in this song kind of means, like, let's go all the way to basically a Juggalo utopia is what I get from it. How about you?
Yeah, and that's like the carnival's coming.
Yeah,
it's kind of tight.
It is kind of tight.
And also, I was thinking another hit song from the era was the Alien Ant Farm's cover of Smooth Criminal.
Right. Yeah,
So
you're right,
it was
dude.
it was a trend of that in that era.
Yeah, I didn't even make that connection, but there was a lot of those. That could be what either ICP or the label were kind of going for, man. Good observation.
And Shock the Monkey is an Ozzy Osbourne cover by Cold Chamber. There's another example that Ozzy sang on.
Dude,
Maybe
that's
taking advice for Cold Chamber.
Word. That's an Ozzy cover?
Yeah, I think it is Shock the Monkey.
Cool. Dope.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a Peter Gabriel cover. And their version features Ozzy Osbourne. Cold Chamber.
Word.
Nice. And this next song, Let It Kill It, is kind of like a love song.
Yeah, it is, dude. And it's basically talking about how, you know, ICP are scrubs, and it's kind of like, you know, from the perspective of a scrub, trying to, you know, maybe romance someone of the upper echelons of society, done in a, you know, typical ICP humorous way. Very unique kind of beat. Some of these, you know, last songs on Bizaar question marks kind of have these, you know, lighter beats with these silly song concepts, and this is one of those. I think it's a funny track.
Celebratory.
Yeah.
And this next song, Juggalo Paradise, reminds me of Juggalo Island. It's like singing about a place where juggalos will go. What do you think about this song?
Love this tune, dude. I think if it's not my favorite on both Bizaars, it's in top 3. Oh man, I love this song. And a lot of juggalos love this song. This is like a lot of, you know, I guess a deeper cut that so many juggalos have affinity for. I think, you know, it's just so easy to relate to. It's from like the perspective of regular people, and hearing Violent J, you know, rapping from the perspective of working at Subway, you know what I mean, getting, you know, picked on and stuff, and then getting connected with the Juggalo world is just so dope, man. Hey, what do you feel about this one?
I think it's a good celebratory track, and
Yeah.
I think it's another one of the classics that sets me up for Crystal Ball featuring Twisted, which then has like 9 hidden tracks.
Yeah.
So let's go through it. So Crystal Ball, what's good with that song?
Love it, man. Just, you know, basically of course, ICP had the tradition of closing out their albums with like these kind of longer, more serious songs that gets the Juggalos to look at themselves and where they're headed in the afterlife. And this does that. Then basically, Crystal Ball is similar to the Riddle Box. Like instead of turning the crank, you look in the crystal ball to see where you're headed. But it's almost like before you die, you get to take a look at what you're doing, which is really a metaphor for the whole Joker's Card and Dark Carnival mythology. You know what I mean? What if you were to die right now, what would happen to your soul? What are your thoughts, dude?
Well, this Deb Aoli sings on it.
Right.
Deb Aoli. Was she the one on like Malenko and stuff? So like it features some flavor. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, then it drops what's this freestyle? The first one they're just rapping.
Yeah. Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, Lay Low, I believe, and Rude Boy. And Lay Low was a guy that ICP used to kick it with around this time, and they're just basically like freestyle. It's funny. It's dope to hear Rude Boy, friend of the show, Rude Boy, doing a freestyle on this track.
Who's that guy? Lawrence. Low Dog.
I think Low Dog. Or I thought they used to call him Lay Low. I don't know if that's the same guy or not. But Genius is calling him Low Dog. But he was a homie. They used to. I think they were friends back then, and hopefully still to this day. I don't know.
And then we get into they're clowning on each other's mamas.
Yeah.
Which is kind of tight. Mm-hmm. And then, what's the next one? Oh, yeah. You could have bought a telescope. Jay's playing guitar. Maybe not playing guitar, but he's like singing like Pro Jam.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my favorite of these like hidden tracks on both these albums. Just really cluing it up and, telling the Juggalos how much ICP appreciates them buying Bizaar as opposed to all these other various miscellaneous sundries.
Well, it's interesting that how much the CDs cost back then. You could have got some towing rope.
Right.
You could have bought some laundry scope. It's a really good outro song.
Agreed.
And it's wild that it reached number 21 on the Billboard Top 200. And Juggalos love this record. And it's just one of those albums that stands the test of time.
For sure, man. Lots of flavor in this era. And again, so significant for many reasons. Of course, it was in between Jekyll Bros and the Race Shangri-La. So it was this transitionary period, a lot of mystery, a lot of anticipation. And they kind of did these records and, gave Juggalos a lot of flavor while they were waiting on the almighty 6th Joker's Card, which, funny enough, is what we're doing right now. We're waiting on the 6th Joker's Card.
Oh, the second deck.
Second deck, yeah.
And it's called The Knot.
That's what it seemed to be that Violent J kind of confirmed in Instagram comments. I don't know if you Juggalos seen that, but that little teaser thing ICP put on all their social media. I guess it was covered by Fago lovers that a Juggalo had translated it. And I can't remember what the Juggalos translation was for the last word. And Violent J had corrected him and said the knot, which is very exciting. I'm not sure if that's like the name of the 6th Joker's Card, but it seems like it is, eh?
That's scary.
It is pretty scary.
And then they're doing 5 more?
They're doing 5 more for the
17?
third deck. 17
cards. Well, we want to thank everyone for watching our in-person Hatchet Chat. And I'm MC Lars.
I'm MC Snax, y'all. I'm so happy we were able to do a live one for you guys, and I hope you're all doing well. Much clown love and whoop whoop.
Isham, he's tight.